So I was just driving to my next job, and I was kind of thinking, one of my high school friends hit me up and was like, hey man, I need a new salt cell. You know, my salt system's like intermittently, you know, failing, and you know, it's not working at 100%, and you know, it's on its way out, because they're only good for like 10,000 hours. You know, it depends on the quality that you purchase. Anyways, but there was a time in high school, this is 20 years ago, dude, where me and some friends stayed the night at his house, and he lived in Indian Springs, and right on the golf course, dude, in Indio, and you know, so we all crashed out at his pad, and we're all getting stoned, right? We're all smoking a gang of weed, dude. We all, back in the day, it was like, we got some chronic, dude. There was no names. We bought some chronic weed, and everybody goes in, you know, like $5 or $10, you know, whatever you could get, you know. And then I think we got some beers too, and it was my first time drinking was at his house, because we stayed the night like more than a few times. His parents would go out of town, and he would invite all his friends over, and we'd get all fucked up and have a good old time and go fuck around on the golf course and jump in the lake and shit like that. And anyways, man, somebody stole a fucking pipe, dude, a weed pipe, and it was like a fucking glow-in-the-dark weed pipe, and he automatically assumed it was me, and I did not steal that pipe. And kind of feel like I know who did it, but like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say anything now, and I didn't say anything then. And he wanted to fight me, and he did fight me. We did fight. He came up to me, he was like, I'm gonna fuck you up at lunch today. And I was like, oh fuck, man, you know, like I can't rat the homie out, you know what I mean? I gotta fucking fight this fucking dude, and I suck fucking balls at fighting. You know, I was always scared to get hurt, and, you know, like, fuck, you know, but, you know, I would never back down either, though, you know, fuck no, dude, you know, I'd rather fucking die a fucking, you know, terrible fighter than a fucking pussy, dude, you know. So anyways, dude, I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna do this, dude. So I see him at lunch, and I'm like, it's on, dude, he's coming, fuck. And he just starts coming at me, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm sitting on the bench, you know, with all my fucking homies. I was like in a skater group and shit with a bunch of stoner skaters. And he fucking comes up, and all my homies are like, oh shit. And he's like fucking like coming at me fast, dude. So I fucking kick my fucking foot up, and I fucking kick him. And I fucking launch him back, and he fucking steals my shoe. He fucking pulls my shoe off. And then I get up, and I square up, dude, and fucking he's just, dude, I never seen someone swing so fucking fast. I was like, fuck, I'm fucked, dude. And I'm just like fucking, you know, I got my hands up, and bam, he fucking cracks me, dude, in the fucking eye, bro. Boom, solid fucking hit. And we're going at it, dude. I don't think I ever got a hit on him, dude. I took him down to the ground, though. I think I slammed him in some trash cans. I don't remember, dude. I probably didn't do very much, dude, to be honest, dude. It was probably pretty bad on my part. And it got broken up really fast, thank God, because, you know, he probably would have fucked me up really bad. And we both got suspended. And it was like, whatever, dude. And I remember, like, my stepdad being all upset, because he had to take me to work to clean pools. And he was like, I can't take you looking like that, dude. The next day, my eye closed, and it was like a golf ball, dude. I wish I had a ball. It was like this, dude. That was my that was my eye, right? So anyways, dude, and he gives me like these girl glasses, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking wear those. And he's like, then fucking stay home then, motherfucker. He was all mad, dude. I'm like, fuck, man, you know? And And but whatever, you know what I mean? I get it, dude. I was fucking up his workflow. Now that I've got a pool business and shit, I understand that, dude. When my kids get suspended or get kicked out of school, because it's happened before, my kid gets kicked out of the after school program, and we can't pick them up at 4 or 5 o'clock, dude. We got to be there when school gets out, and it's inconvenient for my wife and myself, and we fight on who has to go do the pickup. Anyways, so the guy, you know, we're friends on Facebook. We start commenting on each other's shit over like the past year, and you know, he's got a nice house. I think he still lives in the same fucking house, dude. And he hits me up for a salt cell, and I shoot him a quote today, $2,300 installed for a new IntelliChlor, the nice ones that you could take apart and replace individual parts and shit like that. The upgrade from the IntelliChlor. I don't know what it's called. The iChlor. It's called the iChlor, I think now. Yeah, the new iChlor. Yeah, iChlor C40 for 40,000 gallons. So I quote him $2,300 installed. You know, 50% markup. You know what I mean? Like, you know, nothing crazy. You know, but like, you know, there's money on the table to be made and shit like that. And so I just thought it was funny, dude. You know, I'm just like, dang. You know, like I'm thinking like if he hires me and I have to go install the salt cell, like I want to kind of tell him like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna fucking tell you who it is, because I didn't tell you then, and I'm not gonna tell you now. But like I am gonna tell you, like, I didn't steal that fucking pipe, dude. I didn't steal that fucking pipe, dude. And so I just think it's funny, man. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear back. He's supposed to send me a picture of his salt cell so I can just verify that everything's good to go before we lock it in. But yeah, man, fucking crazy how life works, huh? You know? Crazy, man. Thanks for watching.